Should we take the SDGs seriously? Obviously, we must take them seriously. They are an answer to the fact that the world has changed. Between 2000 and 2010, 83 countries had a rate of growth more than the double of the one of the OECD countries. Therefore, a lot happened in developing countries. They are no more the same of 30 years ago. Now we have countries that have, however, different trajectories. So we can't have only one answer. And the SDGs, in fact, are measuring different variables and suggesting different goals. But moreover, we also know that our tools to approach development have changed. The crisis of 2008 made us think differently. And finally, we have new actors on the scene of development cooperation. A lot is related to China, but it's not only China, it's also India, Indonesia, Brazil. China in 2009 became the first partner of Africa. So due to all these changes, SDGs envisage different type of approaches and different type of measure. They are trying to reshape development cooperation, and this is due. The European Union is a fundamental actor in the field of development cooperation. Even in the past, look, the Marshall Fund were one of the most important experiences of development cooperation. And now the European Union is trying to build coherence between the different actors. Is it due? Yes, it's due. The national government have their own preferences, but we need to scale up the intervention. The present, for example, amount of resources is not enough to address the SDGs. And therefore, coordination is required. But also, the European Union has developed experience in doing development cooperation. And this experience is unique, both in providing resources, but also in experimenting at home policies. The local, urban, regional development that is done in Europe, for example, is very often an element of confrontation, of analysis, of source of inspiration for many countries. What is happening is that now the European Union is rethinking its engagement with developing countries. And I think it's timely, it's a very good initiative, and we are following it with attention and support. At present, for a government in a developing country, the most important source of finance for doing policy, which are the real tool, is taxes. But then comes also foreign direct investment. The European Commission is thinking to a fund for investment. That's crucial. We have also to recall that very often an important financier of Africa are Africans, are remittances. Remittances are as important as foreign direct investment, but it costs a lot of money to transfer remittances from a European country to Africa. Therefore, we have to reduce that cost and to have to use that money not only for private consumption, but also to create some public goods in the villages, in the cities. And finally, only finally, 1/3 of foreign direct investment, 1/3 of remittances come ODA. So first important rethinking is how these different sources can have synergies among themselves. But then there is much more. Countries are not interested only in money. Many middle-income countries are focusing about innovation, patents. We can exchange also experiences in policies. What was done by the OECD after the Marshall Fund is now requested on a wider scale. And therefore, how can we organize this exchange of policy experiences? This knowledge sharing is crucial. The European Commission is not only a provider of resources. There is a lot of experience that needs to be shared.